All right. So how many points is this method worth? Who remembers? How many points is this method worth? Just a point, right? 4 ticks, 1 point. So that means that when I get to here, I'm going to put this here to 4 ticks. Okay. And I'm going to go here. Okay. So short, 1944, right?
Order pending.
Okay. So now if this is the case, to go short here
Order
for
filled.
just a point, my stop has to be 2 ticks above that. So I can move my stop, pivotal stop. So let me see here. Oh, because it's up on top. It's already there. It's out of the way here. 45 quarter, 45.75. It's already there. Okay. Agree, disagree? Anybody have any questions? Okay. So it should be very clear, right? I mean, I try to make it as kind of straightforward as possible. Now, I'd like to see this go immediately into my target, right? Obviously, I'd like to see that, but it may take longer than expected, all right? Now, another thing that I think is important is that if this touches 1943, touches it, but I don't get filled, then I don't want to let this turn into a loss. So if this touches 1943, just touches it, and it starts to climb back up, my recommendation is let's not lose money on this trade. It hit your target or hit the target that I wanted, and don't want to lose any money on the trade. You got to get out at break even. It's always good to do. The other thing that I recommend is looking at what else is here, right? Is there anything else here that could potentially help us define this trade? And so it's always good to have multiple methods combining, right? I also see up here that it's acting it's not a perfect, but it's acting as a blueprint as well. To me, a little bit extra goes a long way. You're not just using the X5 method, you're also, in addition, adding more validity. Okay? Anyone have any questions? Swami, Ron, Dion, I think Brent had to go. Yep, you can. If it hits the target, go ahead and get out. Nothing wrong with that. Now, I recommend everyone, when you're practicing these methods, right, do it in simulation, do it with one contract until you gain more and more confidence with what you're doing. So, in my opinion, practice goes a long way. Swami says here, if the first bar misses the X5 by a tick, do you still enter? Can you clarify that, Swami, for me, please? If the first bar, which bar would that be? The setup bar or the setup bar? No. I wait. It missed it by a tick, but then it still went to the move. So you have to wait for it. My opinion is always better to wait. If it doesn't happen or if they front run it, then you just let it go. Always wait for the proper setup in the rules. Okay, so just put this out of the way here. Put this like this. Okay. Next week, I want to do I want to start on the blueprint method. I know that some of you may have already started on and had a class here, but I think it's good to start the blueprint from the beginning. I'd like to talk about false breakouts. I'd like to talk about filtering with very large extended moves. I started that a little bit in the class this morning about the weekly chart. When you have a big move, how do you handle that? I'd like to talk about the stair-step pattern. The stair-step pattern is a pattern where the market is slowly grinding higher and higher, or slowly grinding lower and lower. So it reminds me of a stair step like this. Now, a lot of traders, me too, I don't like to see a day that is very slow in grinding, but we have these days. These days exist. And you can look back on the day and you can say, you know, what a great trending day, right? The day was excellent because it just kept on going higher and higher and higher and higher. But it's very difficult to identify this type of day as it's happening. So this stair-step pattern is basically first understanding the conditions. Is the market slow? Remember using the ATR here. And then seeing if we have these instances where the market is moving and popping and then stalling, popping and stalling multiple times throughout the day, and all going in the same direction. Now you can couple that with the ABC, but the stair-step pattern here, you can decide that you don't want to trade a day like that, but at least just recognize it, understand the type of day it is, and that way you can make a decision. You have to hold trades longer under this kind of a situation. And let's see if this occurs here. All right. So you see how it hit here, the target?
Target filled.
And I got filled here. How about you guys? Were you guys able to get filled? Swami? Everybody else? Ross? Dion? You guys are great. That's okay. I understand. I hear you. It's really difficult to hold a trade at times, and how long it takes. But as long as you have the stop there in place, the more you see it, the more confident you're going to get with this here.